Aga, welcome back to the collective conversation. I'm really looking forward to having this little chat with you. As one of our original ESOM Luminary makeup artists from 2023, when you're now the OG, you and I were talking, and I thought, you know what? It's been a few years. It'd be great to catch up and really discuss how you have been managing during this turbulent time of change. And it'd be great for you to share that with others that are probably experiencing something very similar.
I'm so happy to be here. And we've been working together and seeing each other, but it's so great to see you and larger audience as a luminary, alumni. Yeah, so it's not, it's not a secret that we are living in tougher times.
Oh,
Beauty industry, people don't realize that we're still recovering from COVID.
yes,
Um, and it's been tough. Economics, social situations it's tough. However, as a beauty industry, we got hit the harder during COVID. But we also come up kind of on the top, I think,
yes,
and for me personally, the most anchor thing was my community, because during COVID, after initial shock, baking bread and doing house projects, we're like, okay, what's next? What can we do to support our people? And we moved everything online. We
yes.
moved classes online. We moved coffee dates online. We moved the virtual makeup show online. So we have connection with our vendors because we knew this is going to end at some point and we'll meet in person. But this connection stays.
Yes.
So what I can say, to everybody who's listening, make sure you find your people. Make sure you find the group of people, like the powder group or the makeup show. This is not just to go and buy makeup or take a class. These
Correct.
people are there as your resource mentally. And, we are really taking care of each other. We have a global community. I'm in Chicago. You guys are in San Francisco. We have people in New York. But that community keeps it together
Yes.
no matter where you are.
Absolutely. That is so true. I mean, I think we even moved happy hour to Zoom
Yes,
during
we
that
did.
time. But you're right. I mean, there's a will, there's a way. I always say that what we do is so challenging because we choose to do almost one of the most difficult careers, right? We It's difficult. It's not like as a makeup artist, it can be the most challenging because sometimes you feel so alone. And you and all of us, we have to do it all. We have to
Mhm.
do it all. But what I
And
want,
as a business owner and like
yes,
solo makeup artist, I do feel alone. I don't
yes,
work with a team. I do on certain projects, but
sure,
most of the time I work alone. So for you students, guys, like when you have a inspirational meeting, when you have something outside of your 9 to 5 classes, make sure you attend this. It's so crucial for your mental health, for inspiration, and to move forward just from that like one-on-one, running your own business or working by yourself.
that's perfect. So Aga, as makeup artist, entrepreneur, educator, husky mom, and an amazing friend, you have been a beacon in our industry, really, for 25 years. But from our last interview, you had mentioned that it really wasn't until around 2012 where you found your footing. And that's where you really began a very successful business, the Bridal by Aga. So my question for you is this. Now where you are, was it more challenging to begin the business, or was it more challenging to maintain and grow the business?
It's such an excellent question because I think it all is together because in any type of business, in any type of career, especially in the beauty industry, when the moment you stop growing, you feel like you're missing something. This is your moment to exit.
Yes.
This industry needs our passion. It's run on passion. It's run on, growth more than any other industry that I know.
Yes.
So the moment you feel little stuck, the moment you feel unappreciated by your bosses, it's time to move on. So that was that pivotal moment for me. I'm like,
Mm.
okay, I had an incredible career as a makeup artist before I ventured out on myself by myself, but I felt that I stopped growing. I just came to work 9 to 5, did makeup, left, and I'm like, this is something is missing. So then I left, and I started my business. It's Bridal by Aga and Makeup by Aga, both growing simultaneously. It's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. And anytime I feel that, I'm a little stagnant, I'm a little plateau, I'm like, okay, what can we do? Let's review my websites. Let's review my social media. Give it some fresh blood. Let's do fresh blood. I mean, fresh energy. That's,
Right.
that's what we mean. I work on a project. Maintaining business also, like you need to stay on the top of trends. You need to know what's going on. You need to know the new ingredients for the makeup you're using. You have to refresh everything. You need to know references that your clients are giving you. My brides are getting younger. I'm just getting wiser, I guess.
I would have borrowed
But
that one.
um, however, you need to be on the top of those things.
Right.
For me personally, it comes easy because I love to grow. That's
Yes.
the bottom line. And I love to know what's happening, what's new and exciting, who my bride will refer to as an inspiration. Is it Olivia Culpo or is it Sophia Richie? You need to know those things in order to kind of stay afloat. So it's not harder or to maintain and grow. I think it's all bundled together
Right.
for me personally because it all go hand to hand together.
And that's one thing I would say about you. You always embrace change. We all handle it very differently. I sit in it a little bit longer, but you embrace it head on and you forge forward. And I love like on your Instagram, like you'll share like a morning walk to feed the birds, quick moment of meditation, a
Yeah.
kiss with, your husky with Sonia. And I love that because it's like you actually kind of share. And that's why I personally find you very inspiring because it's very easy, right, for us to get caught up in this one dimension of business day after day. And I know you work very hard at it, but thank you so much for sharing it. And to the audience, you have to follow Aga on Instagram because you know what? She will give you some amazing insight to the reality of what it's like working on the road, multitasking, 3 weddings in a day, as well as trying to take care of her husky and the birds and the squirrels on the farm.
And
So,
myself,
and
and it's
yourself,
a balance.
absolutely.
And I do kick and scream. Don't make me like, it's not like I'm like, yes, let's bring the change. Everything is fantastic. I will have a moment,
Hmm.
but I do embrace the change. I've learned to embrace the change. Otherwise, it's very hard to live in this
Right.
world right now if you don't, because everything is changing so fast.
So fast,
So
so fast. So this kind of brings me to because, you know, our entire industry has really gone through such a monumental change, whether it's economic, political, just life in general. There's been lots of changes that can affect with us, and for everything, especially for us, and a lot of times with like within the cosmetology schools, it was all BC before COVID, right? So I'm getting to the point here. So how have you managed to personally pivot, you know, uh, over the last few years? Because yes, you like to embrace change, but is there something that you can share that you maybe embraced over the last year or two that you felt help you see the light or get fresh perspective?
Definitely our industry, it's a hard industry to work with. We work with people every day, different personalities, different moods, managing vendors, artists,
Hmm.
whatever you do on a daily basis. Taking care of yourself and your mental health has been crucial for me as well. Um, if you're running a one-man show like I do, like you need to take some time to take a walk. I work out almost every day, but do I want to? Not really. I'm my best hype girl is me, but I know how important it is for
Sure.
my mental health. And that if I can spare 50 minutes in the studio, everybody can trust me. So you have to take care of yourself so you can embrace that change,
Right.
and the longer you stay in that despair moment, the more it's going to cost you.
Sure.
So I feel like whatever, not everybody can meditate, but listen, you don't have to meditate on the mat. Taking a walk
Yeah.
and taking that 10-minute alone in peace and quiet when you have to go to class, when you have to teach, when you have to run the business, it's all you need to kind of recalibrate your nervous system. Deep breaths, my God, the three deep ocean breaths saved me from making very, very poor decisions or like overreacting to a client call or whatever. Like those are the simple things, but you don't have to do major and grand things to
Sure.
balance yourself out. That's how I kind of navigate that situations that we are get put into all the time.
Exactly. Thank you for sharing that. That is sometimes, if you think about it, it is the most simple advice that is often the most difficult for us to put into practice. And I think put into practice is actually the word to commit and put into practice. And I personally, at times, cannot fathom the thought that I can actually sit quietly and meditate. You and I have talked about this. It's not quite who Alphonse is, but I have recently found my peace of almost meditating when I'm cycling in the morning. And I get to see the beautiful museum or just the beautiful trees or the ocean. And I'm cycling with 1,000 thoughts through my mind. And I finally realized that is my way of meditation. And how I work through some of my, challenges or work through some of my ideas. So thank you, because you would always say, like, I know you like your Pilates and your meditation and your walks. And I'm like, Aga, I don't know if I can sit down and be quiet, really.
But everybody finds their rhythm, and that's what I
Yes,
love about our people, our artists. Everybody's different,
yes,
and I always stress out you don't have to lay on a mat for 15 minutes
yes,
and meditate. You can find your way to do it, like cycling, and the beauty is all around us. And this is what I encourage the people, like simple little things. Don't wait for grand things because they might not happen for a long time.
that is very true. It may not happen. So, Aga, you stated the obvious. You're an amazing inspiration to me and to many within our industry. But in addition to your successful bridal makeup business, you constantly diversify your focus. In your career, I find that you are constantly pivoting and embracing almost like a new avenue within the bridal makeup community. As a national educator, as an editorial makeup artist, and often you put yourself in the role of a student, which I so admire. What are some of your most recent projects that you're involved in? Share with us.
Let me just say it that I'm a Gemini to the core. So that means that that's like all these is like a switchboard, lights going on all the time.
Uh,
And every single project of mine helps me with the other facet of my business.
right.
Uh, So I've been recently, they're not the really spontaneous. There was one spontaneous project, but I always try to schedule some kind of creative photo shoot for myself to feed that part of my soul. Often they serve as inspiration for my real life clients.
Sure.
And it's time for me to play a little bit. So recently I did a live event in one of my favorite bridal boutiques, and I got inspired by this new designer that we were showcasing the dresses for, and a model that I worked with her for the first time. I'm like, this is a moment for a photo shoot. And I just asked the owners, I'm like, can I take her outside? It was right on Michigan Avenue, right downtown Chicago. And we did spontaneous improv photo shoot with this gorgeous model. And the dress was butter yellow, which is, it was a color for summer. But next year it's going to be a bridal color. This
Beautiful.
soft, I would never pick a pastel yellow, but I got so inspired and I can't wait to share images with you guys. I think we're gonna have them
Show
already.
them. Yes.
And, I kind of blend the 90s lip color with that gorgeous dress, and kind of Lana Del Rey was playing in the back of my head. So it was amazing, and I'm
Beautiful.
really excited for these images. But I work on a lot of bridal photo shoots that I directed myself, because I am also like super type A. So if I can direct it, style, do the makeup, have my paws in literally everything, it's amazing. So you will see all these images. They're
Great.
gonna be shared, and yeah, and it's these little things, besides my production stuff, that I work with regular people, meaning, they're regular people for me, but they're like CEOs of huge companies, like
Sure.
they're like
Sure.
bigwigs, and which I make them also feel very comfortable in the front of the camera. There
Right.
is not a lot of pictures of that because, again, it's confidential.
Sure.
However, these are the projects I work on a lot. Being that multifaceted artist,
Right.
I'm involved in a lot of charities. If you follow me, you'll see it, because I always want to give back with my talents. And since I don't have tangible product, this is the way I can give it back to the community.
Absolutely. This is definitely that's your money maker, that is your skill, those are your tools. And I just want to bring to everyone's attention, if you really listen to what Aga is sharing, I can hear people now, how do you find, people must be saying, like, how do you find the time to do all this? And I think that has been a key part of your success. You naturally network. You network with all the different, whether it's the photographer, the salon owner, the dressmaker, the caterer, right? You network with everyone. And obviously, you've been doing this for some time, so that allows you to, one, be inspired, two, grow your audience, and three, find your next gig, which is great.
Absolutely. I was miserable during COVID because there was no networking in person.
Right.
And I love live events. And I feel sometimes it's such a missed opportunity
Sure.
in our industry, because people like, I'm not gonna go to bridal event for what? It's an event for a new designer. I'm like, I will go and I will talk to this designer,
Sure.
and I will be able to get all the dresses complimentary, so
Right.
I can create this gorgeous photo shoot. So when I talk about this, you have to think kind of, I always want my students to think more broader. Like, don't just think of yourself as a makeup artist. I always say I'm a more than just a business owner or a makeup artist. I am a stylist, a beauty concierge, all those things. I can't do your hair, but I can tell you how to do the hair. And that's the thing. Um, so when you start thinking a little bit different and broader,
Hmm.
Magic really happens.
It really does. I saw a video of you, a quick little BTS, and you're doing the makeup, and the next thing you know, the bride was somewhere out in the field, and there's Aga running around with her bouquet, holding it for her, and then her taking pictures, and there's Aga like fixing her veil and her dress. Like you're a one-stop shop. And I think if anything, that really also is a big key to your success because you really do go beyond just doing makeup. It's a part of your business, which is amazing.
And it's a next level of service.
Yes.
I always wanted to, I thrive to be in service of my client. For my clients, obviously they're paying for it.
Right.
However, it's that overall service. We are in a service industry. We
Yes.
serve our clients. Uh, we're not celebrities.
Right.
And this is next level of serving your clients, and
Hmm.
they will remember. I have clients for life, literally for 10, 15 years, catering to the whole family
Yes.
of one person. So it's really special.
It is. That it is. Thank you. Um, so here's the grand question. So looking back, what advice would you give Aga when she was just first beginning her career? What advice would you share with her?
I would tell her to be more confident. Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry.
Don't cry.
uh, believe it or not, like Aga back then was really shy. I know it's really hard to believe, right? But I was, and probably I missed some of the opportunities because I was really quiet. And I didn't take those long shots. And until I met my mentors, my community of mentors from the powder group, from the makeup show, that's where I start coming out of my shell. So we're going back to the community. We're going to back to your mentors at school. They know. They've been where you are.
Yes.
Everybody started with one follower. I promise you. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. Everybody started with 5 products in their makeup kit
Yep.
and some wonky photo shoot that I always promise that I'm going to share my first ones because, um, but if you get that confidence a little bit faster and you get settle into your roots faster, it really, it's all on you. Like nobody's going to give it to you. So take those long shots, find a mentor, find your community, and start working on it every day.
Absolutely. And believe in yourself, right? Believe in
Yes.
yourself and believe in
Yeah.
that confidence. Absolutely. Great advice. Easier said than done, once again, for someone to do this when you're thinking, how do I do a wing eyeliner?
I hate
You'll
wing
get there.
eyeliner, by the way. So just so you know, like I
Exactly.
still 25 years later, I still hate it. It's the same space. So now everybody knows it's okay.
So, for someone who is usually 2 years out, which you definitely are, share what's next for Aga.
As you know, or maybe not know, I am part of the team of educators with the Powder Group for Premier Beauty Shows. So if Premier Beauty Shows is in your town, please make sure you see us. We have an incredible stage presentations for you. You don't have to be a makeup artist. It's overall beauty industry focused. Also, I have beautiful weddings, destination wedding in Saratoga Springs. And next year, I'm going to Bermuda with my client, which I'm very
Nice.
excited because I've never been. Of course, there's multiple projects coming along, and the makeup show New York here already. Like this
Right.
is for us, we're already working on next year
Yes.
summer.
Next year. Well, that's amazing. Well, Aga, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're on set right now. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your insight. It's always such a pleasure for me. And please, anyone who's watching this, if you do end up going to the Premier Beauty Show, please go stop by. You would definitely be inspired by Aga. Attend one of her classes and go up and say hello to her. You know, I mean, Aga's amazing and very easy to speak with, and she's, as I said, very, very inspiring. So thank you so much. And until our next chat, Miss Aga, we'll talk to you
Thank
soon.
you so much. I am so grateful and honored to be part of the Isam and Muse Beauty family and talking to you guys because thank you for giving me a platform to share my journey because it was not always the easy one, but I think I can show some spotlights and shine some light into this beauty industry that we're living right now. And I thank you for the opportunity always.
You always do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.